What's going on, everyone? 4 and 3 Bros back with another video. Finally! Today, we're going to start working on the Mark 1 convertible. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some degreasing. So, upcoming videos, I'm going to do the timing belt, the water pump, replace all the belts, and try and get this thing to really run. I actually got it to run yesterday. We threw a battery in it, and it fired up. This belt is smoked, so it's sat in, this thing sat in the field for 12 years. Like it's crazy. This thing is super loose, super clapped, but it did run. It ran like crap, but it did run. So what we're gonna do is today we're gonna degrease the bay, get that looking good, try and make it so this is try and make it as clean as possible for us to work in here, and maybe see what we can do about getting this thing really running and driving well at some point soon. So I don't know if you guys know, but I got this in a field. It's sat in a field for 12 years. I got it for free, and we put about 20 bucks into it and cleaned the CIS, and it ran. So it didn't run great, doesn't run great, but it does start up and run. The cold start valve is definitely junk. It all junked up, and the warm-up regulator is, you gotta crank it over a few times to get it to really run, but it does turn over, so that's a huge start. Anyway, we're gonna start getting this thing cleaned up so we can have a nice clean bay for us to work on. All right, let's get after it. So I wrapped up some of the important things like the alternator, the distributor somewhat, radiator fan, and plugged up one of the holes down there that go into the transmission. Now this thing sat in a field for 12 years, so I'm sure there's plenty of water and everything. I covered up the oil dipstick because that is loose. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and get some of this grime off this thing, and I just got this cheap $3 AutoZone stuff, so I'm pretty much just gonna try and get things cleaned up. I did a couple things off camera before I had left. There was a AC condenser or AC whatever pump thingy in here. I took that out, and I took the windshield washer reservoir out. All the lines are cruddy. I don't know if it works, but I'll end up testing it and seeing if it works. If it does work, whenever this thing's ready for the road, you know, that'll be a when the hell ever I get to it type of deal. But yeah, I did clean up the bay a little bit, cut the line and tucked it back. I still have to take the condenser itself out, but that's going to be when me and Tyler do the coolant system. So that other thing, everything is dry. I do have to get another rain tray, but at some point we'll worry about things as they come along. But yeah, turned out better than I thought. I also took off the thing for the AC because it doesn't have AC anymore. So I'm gonna have to end up reconnecting that. There's a video on that. I'll have to do that at some point. So I hit the fuel injection CAS with some brake cleaner, kind of make sure I didn't have any water left on it, wiped it all down quick, and gave some things a wipe down. And it's tough to see. I don't know how it's going to come out in the video, but it certainly looks a lot better. So just give us a cleaner engine bay to work with. Hopefully this weekend I can jam out some more and tackle the water pump timing belt and put the new belts on it and throw some fluids at it and kind of see if we can get to idle for a while. Yesterday I did let it run for a couple minutes, just idling. Doesn't have any coolant in it, but just, you know, 2 minutes or so. It's not that hot out. Didn't move it at all, really. So just to kind of let it idle, and it actually idled with some crappy old gas in it. So I'm sure there's going to be some gremlins that pop up along the way with this thing. It's a very old engine, you know. Hopefully sometime in the future this thing will be coming out and we'll be putting something way cooler in there. But we got to long way to go before any of that nonsense happens. So but yeah, guys, I know it's kind of boring stuff, but clean bay is a cool bay. Keep the engine running a little cooler, and stay tuned. Hopefully the next video on this thing is it getting running good. Later, guys.